We are ready. Mike has agreed to guide us on a little tour of the shop here at Bark River.
Now remember that this is all in transition because we're going to be changing it again after the first of the year.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be expanding quite a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, another 5,200 square feet. This was just the lunchroom, but now we have a sheath shop in it. Temporarily.
So we eat and make sheets at the same time?
Yes, and
awesome.
The girls are nice enough not to put any sheath dust in their food. But this is here temporarily. It will be moved out of here to another section of the building, and we'll have the lunchroom back. But so far right now, this was the only place we could put it, and we desperately needed to get our sheets. Because we make 200 knives a day, so we need 200 sheets a day, and we couldn't make 200, and Reed couldn't make 200. So we work on 2 different projects at once.
Wow!
And then we have the sheets we need.
How many square feet do you have?
This is about 12,000.
And after you're done expanding, how many are you going to have?
17,000. This is where we cut the handle material. It's Friday afternoon, and we don't cut handle material on Friday afternoon because the guy who does it is actually a minister, and he only works till noon on Friday.
You got a sermon to write.
Well, yeah, he's got to go home and write his sermon. So he's done at noon on Friday. That's why there's no handle material being cut today. This is where assembly is. Today we're building Bravo EDCs. Skittles, of course, is building some customs. They're putting together the Bravo EDCs. We're just starting this run. It's about 750 knives. We expect to be finished with it next Tuesday. But this is temporary. We're going to be moving this section into the new building. And then this part of this building will be used for something else. Maybe folders. Maybe.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
I didn't think so.
So once the knives are assembled, like this, here. Are these ready to go?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. There's a tray of knives that are assembled. And we take them in here. What we're going to do is work on the handles first. Nope. Corby bolts sticking out.
Yeah.
Note that they're not here because they've ground them down. All right. So what we'll do is they knock the bolts down, and they go finer and finer to refine the handles. These are finer and finer belts. And you've got the guys taking them down, and you're ready for polish when you come off this belt here. Actually, off this belt. They'll move over to this.
Gotcha.
Then they'll polish the handle so that the handle is completely finished. Notice that the blade is still, it's only partially ground. It's still not sharp. We don't want to work on the handles of a sharp blade. That's asking for trouble.
You got to hold it by the blade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're holding it by the blade. This one's not mine because it's green canvas, my card.
Well, that could be mine. Green.
It's possible. It's possible. Those will be polished on these wheels. Once the handle's finished, they go on the back line, which is the blade. What they're doing is they're convexing the blade to sharp. So you see that they're different wheels, different belts. They'll take it finer and finer and finer. Notice also that there's no fixtures here.
No, totally hand ground.
Everything is done by hand and by eye. There's no fixtures, there's no micrometers, there's no rulers. These guys are pros. They have the look and the feel. They do it completely by feel. It's the only way to really do it right.
You know, a lot of people might look at this progress and this process and say, well, these are handmade custom knives.
Well, we don't say that. We say they're semi-production. I leave the custom knives to the custom knife makers.
And are all Bark River knives convex ground?
Yes, all of them are.
All of them.
All of them are.
I'm terribly embarrassed to tell you this, but I sharpen professionally and I don't sharpen convex because I don't know how.
We could change that.
I know you can. I mean, I know how, but not well enough to charge people money for it.
So the knives at this point are completely ground to sharp, but they're not actually sharp. There's still burrs on it, and it still doesn't really feel. It feels jagged, but not sharp.
Right.
Our final sharpening is actually done on polishing wheels. It's the old-fashioned way of doing it, and new is not necessarily better. I honestly believe that.
I hear you.
These two guys are going to take the knife. If you take a look at that, you see it's ground, but it's not really razor sharp. It's ground to zero, but it's not razor sharp.
Pretty toothy right now.
It's way too toothy. So what they'll do is they'll then polish the entire blade and refine the entire grind down to razor sharp. And it goes through 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to get there. And we're basically going from a rough grit to 320 to 600, and the final edge is actually 3,000 grit.
And these are fabric wheels with a rouge type compound.
Some of it's rouge, and some of it is the wet compound.
Okay.
These are your wet compounds, but the final ones are the wax-based rouge. All of our edges are 3,000 grit. I know that people will say that you could take it to 12,000 or 14,000, and I think that's wonderful if they want to do that. 3,000 is good enough for me. There's not too much I can't cut with that.
Well, I've always believed that you put too many stages in your sharpening process, at some point you're rounding over your apex.
I completely agree with that. Here's the final product.
And which model are these, Mike?
This is the Bravo EDC. It's the smallest of the Bravos that it would fit in your hand.
Your number one selling platform, right?
Yes. And you see, I picked up this paper because it was here. Every knife is tested that way. It's tested by cutting paper, and you listen and you feel. Any hesitation, there's going to be a burr there.
So you're looking for no hesitation, smooth through the paper, and quiet.
And quiet. And you should be able to make a couple curves too. If you did it right, you can make a few curves with it.
That's kind of the same way I test on. Well, I get a lot of Natchez Shooter Supply catalogs in the mail.
There you go. I do too.
Real limp, real fibrous. It's got to be quiet, and I got to be able to cut an S-curve with it.
So this is the first place that they're tested. They're not going to leave this station until each of these two guys is satisfied that it's sharp. And that's your first line. And they actually can send a knife back. They think the geometry's wrong. Anybody at any stage can send a knife back to a previous station.
That's an awesome policy.
They all care. They care about what we make. So the knife, once the knife's at that stage, then it comes in here. It comes back in here. It comes to this table. It's taken off the production as being finished for the day. Every knife is accounted for in the entire run. And if you see the scraps of paper, it's tested again here.
You can tell this is a knife factory.
Right. And the light here is really good. Here, come on. So they can see flaws here that they can't see on the line. So if he doesn't like something, that knife goes back. So he immediately says, okay, this is no good. But he'll test every single one of them again for sharpness.
All the way to the tip, hilt to tip.
Yep, has to be. So then the knives come in here next. This is our cardboard boxes and our sheaths. We keep, this is our sheath storage. We have thousands of sheaths in stock. These cases are all full of sheaths.
Wow.
And it's the bane of the knife company, because we make knives.
Yeah.
We don't want to make sheaths, but we have to.
But now you do.
I miss the old days when nobody cared what the sheath was like.
Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah, they're long gone. Now the sheath has to be the same quality as
You watch a fixed blade knife review on YouTube, 30% of it's on the sheath.
Yep. I've
just
seen
not-
it even be a higher percentage.
It's not right, is it?
It is what it is. So we accommodate it, and sometimes in some knives, the most expensive thing, individual thing in the box is the sheath. It's more expensive than the blade sometimes.
You know, there's this really big YouTuber who was for years was bagging on leather sheets. I would have thought leather sheets would be dead by now. Apparently they're not.
They're not.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're not.
Knife doesn't rattle in a leather sheath, does it?
It does not. It's not allowed to get it out. This is where we keep the left hand sheaths. Even though we don't sell left-handed sheaths with the knives, people want them.
I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Yeah, we have them.
You know how many knives I carry backwards?
Yeah, I'm sure. Well,
Yeah.
we offer lefts in all of them.
That is awesome.
If we make it in right, we can make it in left. You just flip the hide over. Same dies, just flip the hide over. The next step is right here. That tray that he was inspecting will come here. And what's this? More.
paper.
So that means that they get tested again
You know
here.
that paper's defective. It has
It is. It's
cuts in
defective paper. So the bottom line is that that this is the third time the knife is checked for sharpness. All right. Then the girls put the logos on them. This is electro acid etch. It has a stencil. It takes about 2 seconds to put the logo on. It does not damage the steel. That's why we don't stamp our logo into steel. I don't believe in that. I think it disrupts the grain pattern.
Yep.
So we etch the logo on. Also, it's really easy to restore if somebody sends it in and the blade's all messed up from getting dirt on it or whatever. We can repolish the blade and just restore the logo, and we'll write down exactly what logo was on it before it's
Right.
even started, so we can restore it.
Awesome.
Then the knife is thoroughly cleaned, inspected again here. We use exotic cleaning stuff here, very exotic. This is floor cleaner, it's called Cleanup. This is alcohol, and this is that exotic 5W30.
Ooh.
Special blade oil.
Special blade oil.
Yeah, 5W30.
5W30. So is the W for tungsten?
I think so. I think it
Okay,
actually is
gotcha.
for tungsten, but I see people buy all kinds of exotic blade oils.
Right.
We do too. Ours comes from Walmart. And it's whichever brand is on sale but it has to be. There is one criteria. It has to be non-synthetic.
Only organic oil.
No, the non-synthetic actually beads up.
Really?
The synthetic oil is not the one to use on
No
blades.
kidding.
Yeah, it beads up. So you want even the cheaper one, which is the non-synthetic oil.
Well, no expense spared.
No expense spared. The knives then go up here,
Let me look it up.
and then
I have the price sheet.
the
here.
wood handles are done here, where the girls hand rub each one with 6 coats of boiled linseed and shellac. They do that 6 times with steel wool in between to get the finish that we want on them.
So how long between coats? When we're
15
doing it?
minutes.
That's all.
Okay. If we just use boiled linseed, you'd have to wait till the next day.
So there's shellac mixed in with the boiled
Half and
linseed.
half. The shellac is the drying agent.
Ah.
So we can ship that knife the same day.
What's the number for the crowd?
It's something we came up with on, well, how do we get this knife out of here today and have it look nice? So we experimented until we found that. So it's a 50-50 mix.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You could put 6 coats on in 2 hours.
That's amazing.
And those are hand rubbed coats. And you rub it till it feels hot. So you know it's really penetrating.
Right.
Then they come from here. The gals take them in here.
Yeah, this is from, well, here's
And
the date,
each knife
September of 2014, so that's why.
is photographed.
Each knife.
Well, like if on my card is maybe one of each.
Okay, one of each
But on the
handle.
woods, each one is photographed, so that the dealer can actually put the exact knife he has up on his website. So we have photo booths We have a ton of photo props. In fact, we have two. That third one is going to be up and running soon. I'm about to buy another, $4,000 Nikon camera.
Of course, Derek would never use your photos.
No, no, just every day. And then
That's our computer.
what people don't understand, and I'll give you a secret
It
here.
goes through everything.
You can't
Oh,
photograph knives, especially convex
That's
ground
what we were
knives,
asking
with a lot of light. They flash all over the place.
All over the place.
Okay.
So you use refracted light and diffused light and reflected light, and you shoot the picture a little bit dark. They have these things now called computers.
What's that?
It's a thing it's a square thing.
Huh, square thing.
And you get a photo editing program, and you just adjust the brightness.
No way.
It's usually only a couple clicks. But the bottom line is, it's easier to take pictures dark of knives and then lighten the photograph so that you're producing what it actually looks like. You're not trying to fool anybody. But when we have to take hundreds of pictures in one day, that means that somebody's taking them, and then they have to edit every single one. And you can see what
So that's what we're
Trish
doing
is
in here.
doing right there. She's editing all those pictures.
And that
It's really just a matter of adjusting the light.
we're kind of joking about that, but conventional wisdom was flood it with light and then back it down with the
And,
camera.
and I've seen that, and I've seen that work very successfully. I just prefer to do it the other way. The girls, these girls are highly skilled. None of them have been to photography school or anything. They're not trying to put out a book on knives. We're trying to make it so the customer sees what he's getting.
Exactly.
And that's the goal. And it's actually easier to do it this way. We've tried everything. We've been doing this a long time. But by taking them a little dark and lightening them, two girls can do 200 pictures in a day and edit them and get them up on our hosting
If
site.
it flashes with reflected light, I don't care what you do in post-production,
It's gonna be
it's
flashed
gone.
out, right.
Yeah.
So it allows us to be able to put all the pictures up so the dealers can access them.
That is superb.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that
They come out of here, and then they go out here.
It's dated from last year, but,
When we're really busy, we have two stations,
um,
which I think by Monday or Tuesday we'll be that busy.
Okay,
so,
okay.
yeah, that's why we're only selling them on this little whole bunch.
There's a bunch of Jason's ambush knives, which we're going to deliver tonight. We're going to drive them down to him.
Are we shipping out the Zoe blades today?
Which,
The kitchen blades?
I would like those to go out. To Zoe, you mean? Yes.
Yes.
I'd like those to go out.
Okay.
Leslie has his address.
I have his address, and I should send him the last, that's the last of it to Zoe, isn't it?
I think so. Okay, this,
For that, too.
what she's going to do now is, oh wait, there's that paper again.
Where are you buying your paper? I've never seen it disintegrate into.
It's hard to find the cut-up paper. So that's the 6th time that the knife was tested for
Well,
sharpness.
they're probably dull by now.
Not from cutting paper. So then each one is individually boxed, wrapped, we put the sleeve on it, and then they're boxed and put up on the shelf. And
I think the only other thing we need to,
I saw your video with Derek on that Aurora LT. That's a beautiful knife.
it is. It's one of my favorites. And it's a very, very good seller. Those, I believe those are Derek's. I just have to give them to him. I don't think we invoiced them for these yet.
Anything, I need a list of what's going on.
I'm pretty sure these are Derek's.
Christine sent your thing and I wrote down 3 binoculars on the receipt.
Sounds good, thank you.
We'll get them over there this afternoon, so.
So these are the only two, oh, and I need to invoice those too.
So, and that's how, and then of course they're invoiced and shipped out.
And there's your lovely wife, Leslie. That's a beautiful smile. It's like you've been on camera before.
Yeah, she's been there a few times. And we've had over the years, we've had TV crews and all kinds of stuff. So we kind of know how to conduct ourselves with that. You minimize the cussing,
Right.
They don't like that normally. Sometimes we do it on purpose though, just to get them.
Well,
just to get
depending
them
on the
mad.
audience, yeah.
Exactly. No, just to get them, because, well, I got to edit that now. Yes, you do. So that's actually the full process.
Well, hey, it's Derek Bone from Knife Ship Free.
Shocking.
Imagine that.
So that's pretty much the flow of how everything works. And at this point, we're pretty comfortable at about 200 knives a day.
Wow.
Goal's 300.
Goal's 300.
Yeah, we'll see if we can hit that next year. But 200 is fine for now.
It's for color.
That is a lot of individually handmade knives a day coming out of here.
It is. It is. But there's a reason we can do that.
Why?
I'm blessed with a fantastic crew.
That's awesome.
That's why.
That is so right.
I know.
I don't know what you would do without me. I'm just saying.
Well, Angela has been with us a number of years.
Is that Angela in the red hoodie?
No,
No?
that's Anna.
See, I don't know.
Anna
It's
has
me
Anna.
over here.
Yeah, Angela's there. Anna has been with us since 1941.
Yeah, and I still look
You're
this
like
good.
that woman.
Doesn't she look good for being?
You're like
for
that
being
girl in the
old?
movie I saw who never aged.
Yeah, she's for being that old.
What's
She's
my secret?
no. I
It's like an Egg McMuffin.
right. It lasts forever.
Never age.
Like a Twinkie.
That's your new nickname.
Get out of here.
Twinkie.
You can also see that we have a very difficult work atmosphere here.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's cranky and stressed out.
Right.
Oh, very horrible.
How's Mike to work for, ladies?
Easy.
How's Mike to work for? He's fun.
I don't know. Fun.
Well, see, we don't even use the work. We don't even use work for here.
We have a lot
Work
of
with.
fun.
That's a great policy.
We do work with,
They're
not
very
work for.
easy to work with. Yeah. I love my job.
I'm ready to move up here and come to work. You need
That's, we're
anybody?
hearing a lot of that lately.
Anybody recently move here that you know in the knife business?
Maybe this guy. But we actually have a number of knife makers who are interested in moving up here because, well, we have no crime. We have a very low cost of living. The weather, people think that the weather is real bad here. They're judging it by what they hear about the Upper Peninsula. We're
Right.
in a protected area. We get
You get no lake
1/10
effect.
We get 1/10 the snow that the rest of the Upper Peninsula gets.
Yeah.
And yes, it gets cold. Buy a coat.
Buy
You know,
a
how hard
coat.
is this?
How hard is it?
Buy a coat, get some gloves.
Well, thanks for showing us around,
Oh, my
Mike.
pleasure.
Oh my gosh, look at all that compound.
Yeah, that doesn't last long. We use a lot of it. But there's no real secrets to this. It's just a matter of doing hard work. And having people that are willing to work hard and care about what they're doing.
And care about what they're
That's
doing.
the key to this whole thing, is caring about what you're doing, not just punching a clock. There is no time clock. I don't believe in it. We don't have a time clock. You write in your own time on your card. I don't believe in time clocks.
That's
I think
awesome.
They're dehumanizing.
They are.
You know, there's no way. Write your time in. If I can't trust you, then who can, you know? Just write your own time on the time card.
That's great.
That's what we're going to pay you for. You know, and we ask for 7 hours work for 8 hours pay.